So, good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again. We're going to talk about Reiss Nelson. Reiss is wanting to leave. He's had enough. He wants first team football. And there is a whole host of clubs apparently queuing up to sign him, including AC Milan. He is obviously a free transfer in the summer. We're going to come to all of that in a second and my thoughts on it. Make sure you are smashing the like button up and make sure you are subscribing. Just over 300 away from 80k on this channel. So let's get that wrapped up by the weekend. That'd be lovely. We've already hit 10k on the second channel, but apparently I'm only toxic and negative and can only get views and subs off of negativity. Go and check out Lee Reacts if you are looking for positivity. Anyway, big up to everybody who is watching, man. But yes, Reiss Nelson, Fabrizio Romano has spoken, and yeah, as it's not looking great for Reiss, is it? He said on the House of Champions CBS soccer podcast, it is true that Milan are one of the clubs interested in Reiss Nelson, but not just Milan. It's like 7-8 clubs have approached the player and his agents. There are many possibilities in England, Eredivisie and Serie A. In different countries, they're approaching the player because it's a big opportunity of a free transfer. Reiss Nelson is thinking about that, but also he has a proposal from Arsenal to extend his contract. So it's not sure whether he'll leave yet. That's why everything is open. Now, listen, he's apparently rejected, since he said this, Fabrizio, he's apparently rejected that first offer from Arsenal. And listen, fair play to him. Yeah, why is it that he can't get any game time? He scores an absolute rocket against Bournemouth and wins us the game in the 98th minute. Everyone's still partying and dancing like mad in the stadium half hour after the game. And we've barely seen him since. And this is what I keep saying about this manager. His game management and his player management is a shambles at time. How is it, excuse me, how is it that Bukayo Saka can play every single minute, every single football match, and we don't even see him get dropped? Doesn't matter how bad the performances may be. And listen, I'm not quoting Saka. Not allowed to say anything about Saka. It's racially motivated anyway, isn't it? You're not allowed to say anything. Yeah, good one. But anyway, Reiss Nelson should leave Arsenal. And listen, I think he's a good player, Reiss, but he ain't done enough to warrant staying at this football club, especially if we want to kick on and actually move up the table to first place and actually win and compete for titles every season. He's featured in 8 Premier League games this season. I mean, really? You know, our fans are gassing up every single one of these players and then sitting there on the other hand moaning that we have a thin squad. Well, which one is it? Are they all good or are they not all good? And that's why we don't have the quality on the bench that Man City have. You can't have your cake and eat it, can you? Yeah, so he's either good enough or he ain't. And for me, he ain't. Not if you want to win titles. He's a decent player, but not Arsenal level if you want to win titles. I'm looking at his stats this season. 526 minutes he's played over the whole season. Premier League, Europa League and EFL Cup. That equates to what, about 6 full matches? Like, really? Why is everyone getting hyped? The amount of people I've seen saying, oh, keep him, he's good, he'll be great off the bench. Oh, yes, goody. Like, really? Is this where we're at? Hyping up everyone? I mean, well, actually, I should know that because the way Kivior played the other night, one game against a rubbish Chelsea team, and everyone's banging on about he's the greatest thing since sliced bread off of one performance. I mean, come on, turn it in. Yeah, it's mad because Kivior's left-footed, so I didn't think a left-footed centre-back could play at right centre-back. That's kind of killed that myth, innit? But who knew? But let me know your thoughts on Reiss Nelson because for me, just let him go. I've seen way too many people going, oh, but what if he turns out to be Serge Gnabry Part 2 and blah, 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 and we made a mistake and this and that. Well, so be it. Whatever. Put a buyback clause in there or something. Well, we can't because it's a freebie. But there we go. We'll just have to buy him back. Man United did it with Pogba. They brought him back, didn't they? So, listen, it is what it is. You win some, you lose some. Reiss has been here for how long? In fact, let me bring up his injury record. Yeah, let me bring up his injury record. Brighton are looking at him as well. Excuse me. Reiss Nelson injury record. Here we go. From Transfer Markets. Right, bear in mind, he is only 23. Just turned 23. He has had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in. Well, actually, one of them was Corona. He's had 11 injuries since 18-19 season. In fact, it was January 19. So in 4 years, he's had that many injuries. Like 52 days out, 56 days out, both thigh problems. A minor knock 2 weeks, another knock 20 days. Groin injury 25, head injury 39, knee injury 25 days, hamstring 46, ankle 49, thigh problems 17, back trouble 7. I mean, is this what we're begging to keep at the football club? I know players get injured, but I mean, if you're having that many injuries when you're like 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, I mean, come on, turn it in. Like, decent player, like I said, but I want to win a title and I want to compete for titles year in, year out. I do think he should have been used a bit more because, like I said, I think Saka's drop in form in the last couple of weeks has been mad, but he seems undroppable. Maybe that's because Mikel wants him to sign a new contract. But if I'm Reiss Nelson, I'm going to Brighton. Out of all the clubs, Brighton, he'll definitely get game time, or AC Milan. Yeah, if they're the two biggest clubs that are in for him, cool, go to them then. Yeah, if there's other clubs that are decent-sized football clubs or Premier League clubs, listen, Brighton are not a massive football club, but they're in the Premier League. They'll pay him decent money, and they'll probably turn him into a top player. And then they'll sell him on for 40, 50 mil. AC Milan speaks for itself, one of the biggest clubs on the planet. Yeah, regardless of the fact that they've not been that great over the last 10 years or so. But it is what it is, isn't it? Yeah, for me, go Brighton, man. You can stay in the Premier League. You don't probably have to relocate. Brighton's not a million miles away from London. Let's be real with it. So he could probably drive to work every day. And he'd do all right at Brighton. Yeah, if Milan come in for him, just get yourself straight to Milan, mate. You'd be playing with Champions League level and above players. Like, there's players that have been in World Cups and stuff like that. So yeah, although saying that, Alexis McAllister at Brighton's won a World Cup, isn't he? Although I do think he's off to Liverpool. I see that earlier today. So I don't know. Where would you suggest he goes if he leaves? Like, leave that in the comment section as well, because there is going to be a lot of clubs queuing up for him. And I'd imagine that most of the clubs won't be the top tier, like the top clubs. I don't think there's a Madrid or a Barca or anything like that coming in for him anytime soon. But you'll have the next tier down. So if Milan is in for him, go Milan, mate. Yeah, straight to Milan. Get yourself in there. Leao will be on one side, Nelson on the other side. You know, there's still got Ibrahimovic there. He'll be learning off of top draw players, man. So listen, Ibra's one of the best players you'll ever see in your life. So why not go and work with him and play football with him? You'd learn loads out of that. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, because this is going to go on for a couple more weeks, I'd imagine. But he is out of contract at the end of June, so they're going to have to get it sorted sort of fairly quick, really, if they want him to stay. But I don't know. Maybe they're not offering him what he wants. Maybe he wants an assurance of first-team football, and I don't think that he's going to get guaranteed that unless Bukayo Saka leaves. And again, another one that's not signed a new contract, another one that's been like sitting on a contract offer for 1 year. Nobody's mentioning this, by the way. Oh, my bad. You're not allowed to mention Bukayo Saka. It's racially motivated. Of course it is. Yeah. Okay, mate. Okay, good one. Not that I rate Odegaard. I mean, like, he's white, blonde hair, blue eyes, and I say he's bang average. But that gets swept under the carpet with most of the poor performances that he has. But there we go. It is what it is. Let me know your thoughts on that. I will be back later today with rants, 5 p.m. UK time, and that'll be me done for the day. So yeah, just an upload today. Saturday will be the same. I might do a couple of transfer uploads on Saturday, actually, in the evening. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Maybe one for the morning, one for the afternoon or evening. So make sure notifications are on. Big up to everybody who's subbed to the second channel. Make sure you have subbed to that. The link is in the description. Lee Reacts. I'll have a video out on there tomorrow as well. So yeah, plenty of content to come. And then obviously on Sunday, we go away to Newcastle, which should be fun. Yay, goody. We bottled the top 4 last season there. We're probably going to be without Gabriel Magalhaes for this one. In fact, let's have a quick look on Arsenal website before we wrap this up. Ramsdale nominated for Save of the Month. Is that even a thing? Jesus Christ, football's in the mud. Save of the Month. That's his job, mate. That's his job. But anyway, now let's see if there's any news on Gabriel Magalhaes. Am I allowed to say that about Ramsdale? Is that racially motivated in his white English? I don't know. Nothing yet. I'd imagine, because I'm recording this on Thursday night, just before the Man United game kicks off. So I'd imagine by the time you see this video, Mikel Arteta would have done his press conference. So yeah, there you go. I'll do a press conference reaction tomorrow. I'll record that when I'm back from the beach. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I'll have a transfer video out on Saturday as well. So yeah. Anyway, Friday, notifications on. Adios amigos. Sub to Lee Reacts. Make sure you follow my Insta as well. We're pushing over, well, it's over 17K on there, and my Facebook. Yeah, all the links are in the description. TikTok as well. The Mutant platform, full of inverted 14-year-olds that say you're plastic, you don't support Arsenal. They weren't even alive last time I see them win a league. Mad, isn't it? Adios amigos. Ciao.